Morning folks, another great night's sleep. I got up about 6:15. I'm just having a cup of coffee right on the shore of the loch here. Absolutely stunning day. Blue skies, puffy clouds, wind blowing in the right direction, but gently. Waves lapping on the shore. Just gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. There's been a bit of a mixed feeling about the sails this morning. Some people want to sail, others don't. There's a bit of a chop on the loch, and I think one or two of the others were worried about their boats being swamped. It's one of the risks when you raft up. You get this kind of swell of water between the boats, unless you raft them a good distance apart. And Ginger's boat's very low in the water as it is, so he didn't really want to do it. A couple of the others would rather just paddle for a couple of hours and see how it goes. But Rick and Jack are gonna team up with Ant and Charlie, and they're gonna rig up a tarp for a sail. And then Richard and Si are gonna team up with Matty, and I think they're just gonna use Richard's small little sail and paddle sail. So they should be flying past me once they get themselves rigged up. They're still back there just doing a few last minute adjustments, but we're just going to try and get a bit of a head start. The wind has picked up, and as a result the waves have got a lot bigger, and those waves are trying to push me onto the shore, so I'm having to fight it a bit. I want to keep away from those kind of confusing reflected waves that come back off the shore. The boat is holding up well. Doesn't seem to be any water coming in, which is a good thing out here. You're sitting on me.
Make yourself comfortable.
Yeah. Yeah, that wind is almost completely dropped, so I've taken my sail down. I noticed the boys behind have also done the same, and they're just paddling it as a raft. It's really warm. I've got this, this dry top, this paddling top on, and it's made of a waterproof fabric, and it's just so warm. The sun's just beating down on me, and I'm tempted to take it off and just paddle in my t-shirt. But the thing is, the water temperature in this loch is just so cold. If I do end up in the water, I'm going to regret it. I'm going to regret not having it on. Although it has got calm. Really calm compared to what it was earlier. Well, we've finally got to our camp spot for the night. There weren't that many places to stop, so we pushed on. We're nearly at the end of the loch. We've made really good progress. It's a kind of shingly, gravelly beach, as you can see, with a few camp spots. There's a a kind of field, really, at the top, at the back of the beach there. So a few people have pitched their tents and that on the grass in there, and everybody else is kind of just around. I've got mine set up just underneath that tree there. There's a reasonably flat area which I've sort of levelled off a bit, and I've got a convenient little stump there that I can sit on, which is great. That's all good. I've put the door pointing away from the wind, which is coming straight down the loch there, and everybody else is kind of up in this area here. We've got Matt over there, and yeah, it all looks pretty cool. There's a little stream, although we can get our water from the loch, that's no problem. This is hitting the spot, warming me right up. I was flagging a bit, bit of hot grub, feeling a bit warmer, much better. We've just found out that we've hit the £10,000 target for the donations for the Alzheimer's Society. So thank you hugely to everybody that's donated. It means the absolute world to all of us. You know, that's what this is all about. This whole trip is about raising money for them. So yeah, absolutely fantastic. Thank you.
Well, it's really
tight with the line. You've got to get your angles right.
Well, it's been another fantastic day today. I'm absolutely thrilled to have got as far as we have, nearly at the top of Loch Ness. You know, this place is just mammoth, and we've done really well to get as far as we have today. It was a lot of miles, a good day, a really good day. We've lit a fire, been sitting around the fire having a chat, had some good food. Midges are out thick this evening. When we first got here there was a bit of wind, but that wind died down. As soon as it did, the midges were out and they were on it. So we've all had our head nets on, and not so bad over by the fire where it's smoky, but over here where I'm filming, they're thick. Yeah, we've got a lovely mist coming in across the loch. You can probably just see behind me, and yeah, it looks quite sort of like moody and atmospheric out there. Lovely. Got one last final little push in the morning to get us through to Inverness. Just a short bit to finish off Loch Ness, into another short bit of loch, and then the canal. Got a couple of portages, and down to where we're being collected. So yeah, we are well on schedule, ahead of schedule, to get it all finished, which is brilliant. You know, Loch Ness is, if the weather is bad, you know, it can put an end to your trip. That's for sure. Just because the waves can get so big, and it's just too dangerous in a small boat, really. You know, so we've been very lucky with the weather we've had, and it's not been too bad. It was a little bit lumpy this morning, but it wasn't unsafe. It was all good. Yeah, so I'm absolutely thrilled to have been able to complete it. Ginger's tried to do this trip several times before, and Loch Ness has always stopped them. You know, they've got on, and it's just been too dangerous to carry on. So he's absolutely over the moon to be nearly at the top end of it as well. Yeah, really good. Yeah, I'm gonna go and have a few more minutes by the fire. Perhaps have a beer before bed. I'll see you in the morning. Good night. Morning folks, another beautiful morning this morning. I didn't sleep quite so well last night. For some reason I was sort of tossing and turning a little bit. We had some rain during the night which woke me up, and I remembered that I'd put all my my paddling clothes out to dry last night, and they were hanging up in the tree, so I got up and just got them down before they got too wet. While I was out this morning having a little wander around, I came across some chicken of the woods fungus. So I've just made a whole pile of scrambled eggs. The eggs very kindly donated by Matt. He's been following us along the canoe trail, and he stopped by this morning with a dozen eggs. He's obviously used the tracker that Richard set up to see where we were. So thank you, Matt. These are going to be absolutely divine. There's been lots of people actually that have kind of met us along the route. A chap the other day met us with a load of beers, and yeah, we had Paul right at the beginning who met us when we set off. So it's really nice to be having that support. Yeah, thank you guys. Yeah, so we're gonna share these out amongst us. We'll have a little go. I've had a little taste of the chicken of the woods. It's absolutely delicious. Does actually taste like chicken. It's got a similar sort of texture, weirdly. And these eggs are just such a gorgeous, vibrant colour. These are going to be just the job for our paddle this morning. So yeah, we'll get this down and pack away and get back on the water. We've been having a sort of award kind of ceremony each evening while we've been sat around the fire, and it's called the Nessie Award, and Richard had brought along a little stuffed Loch Ness monster, and that is the award, and it changes from day to day, so whoever wins it one day chooses who wins it the next day, sort of thing. And the award generally goes to the daftest thing that that somebody in the group has done. So Matty got his for falling in the water. Well, he didn't fall in. He stepped off his canoe, thought it was shallower than it was, and ended up to his armpits in the loch. So he got it on one day, and various people have won it for various other things, you know. But it was my turn yesterday, and I won it. I won it for for removing a dead deer carcass. Ant had set up his hammock yesterday, not last night's camp, but the camp before. He set up his hammock, and he kept getting this horrendous whiff while he was setting it up. Couldn't work out what it was. Anyway, I was walking along collecting firewood for the fire, and I reached down to pick up what I thought was a thick stick sticking up out of the gravel right by his hammock, and it turned out to be a deer's leg. The hoof was sticking up, and I grabbed it, and it just sort of fell apart in my hands. It was all slimy and decaying and horrible, and the rest of the deer was under there as well. So I got awarded it for removing the cause of that stench by poor old Ant's hammock. Yeah, awesome. So Nessie is now riding pride of place at the prow of my canoe like a figurehead as we get towards the end of Loch Ness. back on the canal now after a short portage at Dock Garrick, and we've got about 4 miles or so to go until we get to the end of the journey in Inverness, and that was the last portage, thankfully. I'm really proud of this boat for holding together with the aid of a bit of tape. You know, I was a little bit concerned that might have been it when I saw that water flooding in, but it's held up. Yeah, I'm pretty pleased with all of my kit, really. A few bits of kit that I brought with me I haven't used, but having not done this before, it was a job to know really what I'd need. The axe, for example, I didn't need to bring an axe. You know, we found enough wood that we could just saw and snap for our fires in the evening, so that would have saved a bit of space. I didn't need all of my midge repellent stuff that I bought, because the smidge, which was the first thing I used, has worked, and we've been blessed with good breezes, you know, every evening. We just kept them at bay. My tent that I bought, I'm really happy with. It was a perfect choice for this trip. There was plenty of space in there. I could get all my gear in there overnight, and it was really quick to pitch and take down. My sleeping bag kept me nice and comfortable at night, and my clothing choices have been spot on. I haven't worn all of my clothing. I didn't wear those thermals, I just didn't need to, but they were there just in case I took a dunk, really. If I had got wet, you know, I needed to have some dry clothes to get changed into. The grill that Trevor made has been fantastic. We've had that over the fire most evenings, and we've all been able to put our pots and pans on it and cook, which has been great. I've been able to keep all of my gear organised with all of the pouches that I've had all my gear in. It's difficult when you're packing all your gear in barrels and dry bags, because they're just big dump packs, you know. So small stuff ends up just working its way down to the bottom, and it's difficult to find them when you need them. So having bags to organise your gear in, you know, works really well. It's all just been brilliant. You know, there was a lot of water in my boat when we went down that river, and when I was crossing over the loch, I mean, there was probably 3 or 4 inches swilling about in the bottom of the boat, and everything stayed dry in the bags that I had in the barrels, so that was good. Nothing got wet at all. And my sail, that thing's been awesome. Even on Loch Ness in that swell yesterday, it was absolutely fine, and it's just saved me a lot of energy and enabled me to buzz along much faster than I would do if I was just paddling. Yeah, absolutely fantastic bit of kit and great fun. We're very nearly in Inverness now, so I'm going to sign off here, and I'll put the remainder of the paddle as the ending to the video. I've had an amazing time. This has been a really awesome challenge, great fun. You know, we've had some really varied paddling. We've had quiet canal sections like this. We've had big open water with a swell. We've had that exhilarating whitewater section down the River Oik. Just loads of fun, and to have taken part in this with such a great group of lads, it's just been brilliant. We've had a right giggle around the campfire in the evenings. It's been superb. Yeah, I'd just like to say thank you again to everybody that's donated to the Alzheimer's Society. Fantastic that we've reached 10,000, and it's still climbing. I dare say there'll be a few more when we get across the finish line, and hopefully when the videos come out as well. There's a lot of us who have been filming this trip, and I'll put links in the description box to everybody's channel. So just head down there and have a look. It would be great if you could watch their videos too. Everybody will have their own slant on it, their own style, and it should be really varied and fun. Yeah, I've had an absolute blast. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.
Unrest. Sounds good, Simon.
Well done, everybody.